Hi everyone, this is Larilyn with House of Coty Design. Thanks for tuning in on my channel today. Today I will be demonstrating the Brother PRS 100 embroidery machine once again. And I've already made the pajama pants. I'll let you take a look at those. So again, today I will be using the PRS 100 to show you how to properly hoop a pair of pants or pajama pants on this machine using the Durkee frame as well as the embroidery. Okay, so let me grab another pair of pajama pants that I've constructed so you can see exactly what I do to set up, okay? So the first thing I have, you can bring your attention to, I have a pin here. And this placement is marked approximately about 15 to 16 inches from the waist. So the reason why I've chosen this particular area is because I do have the border frame for this machine, but I have yet to read the instructions to completely set it up. That way I could get the vertical letters, this continuous repeat, going down the leg. But the largest frame I think I have is like an 8x12, and I probably could go vertically, but I've just chosen to do this one horizontally just for this quick demonstration too. So first thing I did was measure from the waist here, and your hip line is approximately 8 to 9 inches from the waist. From that point, I came down an additional about 6 inches. So that's why I have that particular placement mark here, okay? So this is where I'm going to center the name. For purposes of sewing, this is the pattern that I actually use. It's Simplicity 2290. It's an older pattern. Okay. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take your 505 spray, and that helps to secure the fabric to it. Your frame, I'm gonna spray just a little bit. You wanna make sure you keep this stuff away from your machines. All right, so I'm then going to take the frame and I'm going to slide the frame from the top, okay? And center it over this area where I have the pin. So I want to make sure the pants are nice and even, both your inseam and your outer seam, okay? And you want to have approximately the same amount of inches on each side of your frame. That's kind of a guesstimate there. And because this is kind of a plaid or check, I can also count the number of boxes here. I have about 1.5 on each side of the frame. You can do it that way, or you can probably do it just a little bit more efficient with your tape measure. And you could even feel the side of the frame here. So there I've got about 3.5 on that side of the frame. And on this side of the frame, I've got about 3.25. So I'm just gonna scoot it just a tad. And I've got about 3.25 there as well, okay? All right, so now to bring this back into view. All right, so this is your waist to give you some direction coming down. This is the top of my frame here where it goes in. That's the side, my finger's tracing it out. And this frame actually measures about 7 inches wide, your stitch frame, and about 5 inches this way. Okay? So now, what I want to do is take you over to the machine. It's set idle for a little bit. All right, so on the machine, get my little laser pointer here. What you see is the name, it's Zacchaeus, that I'm actually going to stitch out on the machine today. It measures each letter a height of 1.91 inches, and there's the width of the entire name is 5.57 inches here. So again, my frame measures, which is the frame here, it measures 7 inches wide by 5 inches long. Okay, so I'm not using that. It should perfectly fit inside. Now, another great thing about this machine is you do have the feature to check the stitch out. So I'm fine with the size. I'm going to hit embroidery here. Okay, make sure everything is locked until you're set. Once everything is set and in place, I'm going to then go in and do a practice stitch out so that it'll show me the perimeter that I'm working with to make sure, because this Durkee frame isn't necessarily manufacturer made, the sensors don't really recognize it. So you want to do that stitch out feature just to make sure you won't be hitting those ends, because if you damage your needle, or damage the machine, I'm sure that's pretty costly. All right, so what I'm going to do now is grab the pants. And before, a couple of you have mentioned that the initial video I think I made, or one of the initials, this frame was on backwards. And thank you so much for that. I was actually trained by a local vendor here in my town who trained me personally, and again, that's why I initially made videos that way. But I've since, gone back to my instruction booklets and kind of taken the advice from some of the viewers. Even though it slid on just as fine and I had very little vibration, turning it around, this way, as manufacturer recommends, I know that now, and there's no vibration that's left. So those of you that caught that, I do appreciate that. And I have changed. So even though this is like a personal home machine, it does have the commercial capabilities without, the cost. So if you can kind of see underneath here, you can see that the pant leg, it's hanging freely. So it's not going to get caught within the stitching. So that's a great feature of this machine as well, with being able to use this Durkee frame for hooping and to be able to do things like your onesies, for the babies, as well as pant legs, t-shirts, sleeve arms. There's so many possibilities. Okay, so I'm going to remove this pin here. All right. So now, as I mentioned, once we're good, we're going to do the proper stitch out. We want to make sure that this name will stitch within the frame here. Okay, so I'll try to get you closer to see. You can see my frame is all the way down here and on that side there, so we're good. Okay, and sometimes I like to do a trial run twice, just to make sure. Okay, so not only am I convinced that it will fit in the interior of the frame, I like the placement with the name being centered, starting within the blue plaid here and ending within the blue on that opposite side. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit the unlock button, and this will begin the stitch out process. Oh, you missed that. I'm sorry if the camera was out of view. I hit the unlock button to then start the stitch out process. it will reposition itself for the next letter. So I will be back to show you that finished product. All right, so we're just about finishing up the stitch out. Letters are nice and uniform. Everything looks beautiful. All right, this is our final letter. Okay, so that's the sound you hear upon completion. The machine lets you know you're done. So I hit OK. And to give you an idea of how much time it took for that, it was a 14-minute job and there was about 9,300 stitches for it. So at this point, what you do next is, again, my blooper. On my original video, I inserted this Durkee frame the opposite way, even though it fit. It was backwards, okay? But according to manufacturer's instructions and my helpful viewers, I went back and I revisited my instruction manual, and it does go on this way in the back, okay? Despite the training that I received. All right, so once you remove, follow me back to my table. As you see, I already have another project already laid out here, but that's for another day. So then basically all you do is you remove it. You want to be really careful because it is a thinner woven material. And as I'm just peeling away here, I love this sticky stabilizer. All right, and you peel that away. You don't want to rip your fabric. So then what I do is typically go on the inside, and you can just peel away that additional paper. And with washes, you know, the rest of that will come out as well. But you just take your time and remove what you can, you know, around it. I do leave some around the interior of it. Again, it's just pajama pants. It's not like it's a, you know, blouse or something that you really care. You know, in terms of what it feels like, because this is for, you know, an older child, I think, you know, the feeling of that against your skin is fine, but there is better stabilizer when you're doing onesies and things for like newborns. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like here, I'm going to lay it out. Okay. So you can see it. And again, maybe the next one I'll actually use the border frame for it. And that way we can do a vertical stitch out this way. And I guess I could have done a nice pocket or something, you know, either on the front or the back and did the name there. But again, just to give you an idea. So thanks for watching. Again, this was Larilyn demonstrating on the Simplicity Pattern 2290, the pajama pants, and the use of the Brother PRS 100 machine for embroidery. Hopefully this was helpful to you in any way. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe as I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. Follow me on House of Akoti on Instagram at House of Akoti, growing on TikTok, House of Akoti Design, as well as Facebook. It's House of Akoti Design and Gifts. And again, please like the channel, subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, and share. Comment, I'm open to any suggestions. And I usually post on the weekends, usually on Sunday. Sometime I will drop something during the week. I will be doing another pattern review soon with the beauty you see behind me here. That's a Vogue jacket and skirt. It's a Berta skirt with the Vogue jacket I made for my daughter. I'll be meeting her next week with some family members for her to try that on. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Larilyn with House of Akoti here, keeping you cute and covered. Have a great day.